Hi everyone, welcome to Get Your Energy Back with me this evening, sorry. How you guys doing? I hope your day is going on well as well. My guest today is DaintyM. I'm just waiting for her to come on live. I sent her an invite already so that we get right into this. This is going to be for you writers out there. If you're a writer, you're a blogger, we're going to be talking about some stuff that will help take your performance to a whole new level. Thank you so much, everyone that will be watching the replay of this video. Thank you, my wife, for joining in. I can see you are there already. Yes, so she just came on, so she's going to be joining us right away so that we get right into it. Hi, I can see you there. Okay, yeah, the request just came in.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, sorry, I'll try to adjust the volume. Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you very well. Thank you so much for being here this evening. I know that if you had your way, like you said, this was going to happen at all. So I'm so happy that we're getting to do this together after such a long while. I think it was since 2019. I'd been following your work for a while, and it was specifically in 2019 that I said I love what M does, and I would definitely like to do an interview with you sometime soon. It didn't happen in 2019, 20, but I'm so glad that we're finally doing this together. I just want to say thank you everyone that is joining us. Victoria, thank you so much for being here this evening. Thank you so much, I can't thank you enough. Great work that you are doing.
Thank you.
And that's why I just said that we have to do this together. There are so many people out there, other writers, other bloggers, who are doing what they do and really need certain little bits of pieces of advice here and there to just help them take their performance to a whole new level. And I've seen what you do. I see what you do, and I believe that there are some things that you can share that would definitely be very helpful to every one of us this evening. So we'll just get right into it. I'll just read your profile briefly so that we just get right into it. My phone, sorry, my phone, the stand is a little bit shaky. I'll just try. Sorry. Yeah. Oh boy. I think I need to adjust this. Okay. Okay. I think this works. So I'll just read your profile quickly so that we just get right into it. For did I get the pronunciation right? Because that I knew that
Yeah.
that would be a little bit of a challenge for me. I said I was going to ask you exactly what's the correct way to pronounce your
All
name.
right. You tried. It's fun.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, is a blogger, a communications professional, and founder of DaintyM Pick Me Up Jazz. She has been blogging consistently on daintym.com for over 6 years. With a background in international relations and a master's in media and communications, Umfon helps corporate brands manage their image and reputation. Umfon is also an explorer who loves going on nature tours, a coffee lover, plant lover, and poet. Umfon is committed to helping people feel better and live inspired lives. Thank you so much, Umfon, for being here. I'm not sure if I left anything out in the in your profile that I just read out. I know you put up something some days ago. Was it some days ago or last week? You put up a reel, and in the reel you were talking about how as you have grown, you've discovered certain unique gifts in you, and you mentioned the ability to feel deeply,
Oh
the
yes,
ability to
yes.
write, create, give love, nature, inspire, and explore. And I saw that reel and I was like, this is so, so, so powerful. Especially the very first gift and ability that you mentioned there, where you said the ability to feel deeply.
Mm,
And I was saying that's really so powerful, especially for a lot of people who, they see certain things about themselves and they're just like, can this really be a gift? As in, isn't this
no,
too
I know.
flimsy to be a gift and all that? And especially for people who doubt their cause and their mission,
Yeah.
especially with all the things that are going on in our world today, this myriad of problems going on in our world, and they are just like, the world has too much more important issues and problems to deal with than for me to be regarding something like this to be a gift that can really serve and make a difference. I think maybe we should start like that. Tell us a little bit about your journey coming into the person that you are right now, and how you are able to have that belief in your cause, in your mission, in doing the things that you do.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kaede. It's a pleasure to be here. And I'm already tearing up by the comments I'm seeing right now. So I'm completely humbled. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So for me, the journey has been about myself. As I said, I feel things deeply, which means I've had to struggle with some things on my own. I've had to grow out of it. And as the Bible always says, God uses our weaknesses and shows up in his strength. So even the pick me up jar came as a result of my own personal trials with depression or anxiety. And then from there, I could feel the way other people would feel if they were in that position. And that's how my story has been. So, I mean, even the blog, if you visited my blog before, you would see that all the posts there are honest, they're about my story. And
Yeah,
in telling that story, you're able to give voice to people who aren't writers, so to speak, or who are afraid of sharing their own story. So that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you.
And just like you mentioned, talking about the pick me up jar, for me, that's you can't imagine how passionate I am about the pick me up jar. I think that was December last year.
Last year, yes.
Yes, December last year, with the pandemic and all that, and you came out with that. Immediately I saw it, I was like, what? This is amazing. I have my own jar right here with me, and I said I was going to bring
Oh,
it on. I
have
was
you
going to
finished the
bring it
candy
on.
inside?
I haven't. You remember how blown away when I opened the jar and I saw candies, and I was like, "What? This is so so nice." You
Thank
say
you.
I could have finished the candy there, but I still leave them just to remind me of how awesome and how beautiful this
Thank
product is
you.
that you did.
Thank you.
It's really beautiful, so amazing. For people who can see, there is DaintyM Pick Me Up Jar, handwritten notes of encouragement made with love. As in, this is so amazing. Little notes that you just put in there. I haven't gone through all the notes there. I've only gone through some of it. I keep it on my shelf in my study, so that anytime I'm just feeling discouraged and I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling a little bit distracted, I just look at it and just say, Kaide, you have work to do. Go back, go back and do your work. It really has served its purpose, because
Thank
it
you.
encourages me to keep moving on my journey and all that. And for everyone out there, if you haven't gotten yours, you need to get yours. This is so powerful.
Thank
And
you.
for me, it's just like, how did you come up with this? As it's so unique. I don't only have the jar with me, I have the package in which it came in. Honestly, I kept everything because I was like, wow, this is so
I,
excellently
I, I
done.
knew
I
I
love
couldn't give you a
this.
pink black, so I had to find a blue one for you.
I'm telling you, immediately my wife saw this. She said, "This so nice," because what it simply means is that she knows it's a guy ordering
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
and so she made sure to did it in such a way that okay, it's reflecting that it's a guy
yeah.
that is getting it and all. And I was like, wow, the packaging and everything just beautifully well done. Honestly, I said I really have to ask you, how did you come up with the where did you get the inspiration? How did you come up with the idea for this?
Okay, thank you so much. Like, if black people used to blush, I would have been blushing by now. So, so thank you. So for me,
You're welcome.
the first time I made the jar was in 2019 at the beginning of the year, and I was making
Okay.
one for myself because I knew that throughout the year, I was going to face some challenges. Throughout the year, I was going to face the normal ups and downs that life brings. And I wanted to have a jar that I could always pick up a note from, and it would encourage me. People think that if you're an encourager, you always have it's like, I mean, you always know what to
Very
say, you
true.
always know what to do. But there are times when even all the things you've preached about before, you won't even believe them anymore. Like, you'll just be at a place where it's all dark clouds. And so at those
Very
moments, I
true.
wanted to have the jar that I could always pick up a note from and read. I remember the first time I even used like a Bama jar, like the mayonnaise jar. Like, I just
Wow.
repurposed it and just kept writing different notes, quotes, and encouraging Bible verses that I knew would be helpful for me. So after
Wow.
that, my sister was interested in it, and then I made one for her. I made for a couple of people, and they were like, "Why not monetize this?"
Wow.
And anybody that knows me knows that I am business are like those walls apart. So
Yeah.
I'm a creative and I enjoy that. But having to look at the business end is like, oh no. So but then I was able to start gradually. I found people who were interested in buying for their friends. I think my first order was someone buying for a newly married couple. And
Wow.
that was interesting for me because the jar itself is tailored to whoever it is for. Like, there's no generic jar. So
Yeah.
I need to know about whoever you are buying this for. I need to know bits and
Wow.
pieces of them so that it's
Are you
incorporated in
serious?
the jar. So that's how
Wow.
it is.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it started as a personal jar, but then it has gone on from friends and family to, I mean, strangers and people I've never met. So yeah,
Beautiful.
thank you.
Wow. That's awesome. So it's like custom made
Oh
and not
yeah.
just
Yes, it is. Yes, it
so,
is.
so that I think it just kind of gives me a view into the amount of work that you really put into it, because I'm telling you, when I saw it I was like, this definitely a lot of work went into this. It wasn't just something that was just done on the surface. And so that's we are looking at the fact that from like 2019 till 2020, that's about how long it took you to get from idea to
Yeah.
putting it out there as a product, right? So the question I want to ask is, for so many other people out there who are writers, bloggers, creators, trying to put out their stuff into the world, and sometimes get thoughts like you did that monetizing this, no, I don't think it's okay for me and just family and friends, but really monetizing it, what will you say, really just gave you that push to actually take that step and to say, okay, I think I should let more people enjoy this? What will you say was that for you?
Um. Okay. Let me see. I think there was a time someone from a news agency actually reached out to me on LinkedIn and wanted to have like a mini interview about the jar and how it's helped with fighting mental health challenges, depression, and all. And that for me was big. I mean, it was an international news agency, so that was big. And that's when I realized that it's actually beyond me. I call it a gift that keeps giving. So even if I gave you
Um,
the jar, someone else might pick up a note and actually have the word that they needed for that day.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's bigger than me, and that's how I knew that I had to pursue it. So in
Mm,
2019, like let's say 6 months after the idea, I actually had like the pilot version of it. I remember then I couldn't even put a proper price tag on it. So I was just like gifting it out to friends. And I remember a friend who lost her mom, and I made a jar for her. Like, so I just kept giving it out, like just putting it out there, seeing how people received it, seeing
Yeah,
what people and lots of my friends were really helpful for me during this time, because the reviews were just off the charts for me. So it was like every other person was telling the story. And there's something Sam Ademi says, that value, or rather money always follows value. So I mean, if you're putting value out there, you're sure
absolutely.
to receive rewards in return, even if it might not be
Absolutely.
immediate, but it will come. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. Thank you so much for that. So what basically for anybody that is on their journey trying to create something, trying to put this project together, put a personal project that they are trying to put together, what advice will you give to them? Especially for someone who has this challenge that they start well, but somehow along the line they start having doubts about the idea, they start having doubts about the project, and they just give up or try to move to something else. Somebody that has that challenge, seeing a project through to the end, what advice, what helped you, what sustained you, to help you see that project to the end, what advice would you give to them?
Okay, for creatives, I think that's one of our biggest challenges. Like, getting an idea is not a problem. It's following through that is usually the issue.
Absolutely.
Like, every something new always comes up, and I think it's more like falling in love. Like, the beginning days are always exciting, like you can't do
Yeah,
without them. But then over
absolutely.
time, you have to like deliberately tell yourself, oh, choose to be in love with this person, choose to be there for this person. Like, it
Mm,
won't come naturally. So choose to run with your project, choose to keep at it, because at the end of the day, the idea is like your baby, like it's your seed. And then it would grow with time, but then there will be
yeah.
stages where it's difficult. I mean, I've had so many moments where I'm looking at my empty jars and I'm like, why is nobody ordering? Why am I still doing this? Oh God, what's this about? Like, do I? And for me personally, I struggle with telling people, please, I sell this. You should come and buy.
Yeah.
so, so those are
Yeah.
the difficult moments where you're like, you know what? I want to just retreat. I want to stop this. I just want to. But then when you remember that it's not about you, whatever
Absolutely.
gifts you have, whatever God has laid in your heart is not really about you. So at the end of the day, it's for someone
Absolutely.
else. And if you don't show up for them, they won't get it. So
Mm,
that's like an encouragement for me to keep pushing.
wow.
Yeah.
Mm. If you don't show up, they won't get it. Well,
Yeah.
that's really powerful. Um, so next, I just want to ask is what helps you stay focused, especially with so many of the distractions out there. Now we even have the internet, which makes it a lot easier to be distracted. I know how many times I'll say, okay, I want to write something. I've personally even made it a habit right now that anytime I want to write, I don't even open my system. I try to write longhand on a book now because it kind of helps me to
To stay
avoid being
focused. Yeah.
distracted. Because if I open my system, I'm like, okay, I want to check something on Google, then I probably see a funny video somewhere, and then I go to another video, I open another link, and before you know it, I've opened 10 tabs and like 2 hours has gone and I've not done what I said I wanted to do. So it's really easy to get distracted these days, and especially when you're a creative person, you are just like this thing, you see this thing, you are inspired, you see this thing, you are inspired, and then you are getting all the inspiration, but you are not getting the work done, the real work that you need to do. You are not getting it done if you be sincere with yourself. So for me, it's just so instructive that you are not just inspired. You've done something. You've put a product out there. You are putting products out there every day in one form or the other. What will you say to someone else, who struggles with distraction? In fact, I put up the our banner about our live today on LinkedIn, interestingly, and someone I have never met before, and we've never had any form of interaction with, made a comment on under the post and says, wow, this is powerful. I've read so and so book on handling distractions. I recommend that you go read it. But even despite the fact that I've read the book, I still struggle. And here's the fact that I am a father of 3 young kids. So for me,
Wow.
distraction is really a big
Yeah.
issue that I'm trying to handle. So what would you say has helped you?
Okay, so I read somewhere that distractions are part of the creative process, actually. So, with creatives, they get stuck in their head, they get stuck with whatever idea they're pursuing. So sometimes distractions are good. So let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
But what I do is to make my distractions my reward. So, for instance, when I have an order, I tell myself, hey, you've been watching Big Bang Theory for every other night this past week.
Okay.
Just give out 2 nights, and when you're done with this jar, you go back to binging on Big Bang Theory. so, so it makes you look forward to it. So you're like, let me complete this task so that I
Absolutely.
can go on to do whatever it is I enjoy doing. If it is binging on
Wow.
movies, if it is mindlessly scrolling on your phone, you just make it as your reward. Like, okay, so if I paid attention for the next 6 hours and did whatever it is I had to do, after that,
Yeah.
I would reward myself with this. So you turn the distraction, because I mean, if you say, oh, let's tackle it by force and say no more distraction, it's not going to
Absolutely.
work. Rather do, yeah. So what we can rather do is make it a reward system, make it something that inspires you. Like, let me get this done, let me get this out of the way, so that I would have more time to spend doing whatever it is I enjoy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. That's so powerful. Thank you so much for that. Um sorry, I'm trying to go to okay. Um the next question here I was saying is that for someone who is working on, that's a writer or a blogger who is currently working on a book or a product, what advice would you give to them? And what's a popular advice out there? You're trying to write a book. One very popular advice you get to hear, especially maybe when you're trying to write a book, is you not too many people know you, so why will you write a book right at this moment? Why not allow many people know you first before you write a book? That's one advice you sometimes get to hear. Or yeah, this topic is not very interesting enough. If you are writing about adventures in a foreign country and how you went and had a one night stand somewhere and you went and you did this, you did that, something more interesting, that's when you should write a book. So for you, what advice? Someone has this book, had this project or product they're trying to bring out, and there's so much contrary voices coming their way. What advice will you give them? And what's that very common advice you heard, perhaps when you were working on your product, that you totally ignored and didn't pay attention to?
Uh, Thank you so much, Kaide. I mean, we're all learning here, so that question sounds very like expert opinion. So for me, I would say block the voices, and sometimes I include blocking your own voice, because there are times when you're the one telling yourself self-critical stuff. Like, I think I don't even need anybody doing that for me, because I do it myself. And then you have imposter syndrome coming up. You have so many things that will tell you you're not good enough or you can't do this. But the thing is, every product you have or every idea you have, it's kind of unique to you. Yes, everybody knows how to make bread, but there's a way you make that bread that is different from the next person. So you still
Absolutely.
have to do it. You still have to put it in your own voice, tell your own story the way you know how to, through your own lenses, because nobody can see the world except you show them how to, and through whatever it is you want them to see. So with book writing, I would say you should keep at it. and then just block out the voices. So while I was preparing for this, I remembered seeing an unpopular advice that says your works may not be your masterpiece, and I think that's a struggle most of us have. We just want to create the next Mona Lisa. So we're always just
Absolutely.
trying to make sure that our work is perfect and
Perfect.
our work is the best. But there are times when you just need to get it out there. And the more you get it out there, the more you're practicing how to write, the better you become seasoned as a writer. And then that's when people get to know your voice. Like, I mean, how will they know you if you don't put your work out there? So that's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
You love to relax. That's I see that I see that a lot on your page.
Enjoyment minister.
You can say that again. Definitely. It's so obvious. I see you go on a lot of fun adventures. I was like, wow, M is having so much fun. As a one time, I was like, look, Kyle, what are you doing with your life? I had to just reach out to you and say, look, you have to tell me where are all these places that you are going to. I need to create a list so that I can start visiting all these places so that I can have as much fun as you're having. But for me, honestly, it's so inspiring. Honestly, how you have so much fun, you do your work, get things done. There's a recent post you put there where you went to visit Lufasi Nature Park with a friend for her birthday, and there you were talking about something that you discovered that ice cream and nature are a super energy booster for you. And I was like, wow, that's so powerful. Would you say there's a relationship between relaxation and your performance and your productivity?
Yes, I would. And I would start by saying every creative person gets to the point of burnout. I mean, everybody actually gets to the point of burnout, to be honest. And for me, whenever I'm at that point, that's when I plan an escape. And I usually tell people that I don't have the money for luxury trips right now, so I try to go as lean as possible. Like, I don't mind jumping buses just to go and see a waterfall. Like,
Oh,
that's how I
yeah,
am. And so for me, it's that experience, it's that um process of distressing. Like you're out of it, you're just able to breathe. So
yeah,
when you're able to breathe,
absolutely.
you're able to reboot, you're able to come back revitalized, and then you're able to now face the task, whatever it was. And you'll find out it may not have been as daunting as it seemed before. So
Exactly.
yeah, relaxation and productivity actually have a huge relationship. Yeah. And I don't buy the idea of working all, I mean, I saw this post that says, why must we work hard, play hard? Like, what's with the extremes? Like, why can't we work an average amount and
Yeah,
then play an average amount?
mm,
So, mixing these
absolutely.
two things helps you be more productive, really.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Beautifully said, beautifully said. I said I was going to ask you that if you could relax, go on an adventure and explore with anybody in the world, who would that be?
My best friend's on this life, so if I don't call her name, I'm sure I'll get befriended.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, let's just let's just
That's your best
skip
friend,
that.
right? Wow, that
Well, we know
that
who.
that.
Yeah.
Awesome, and that's so powerful. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. I'm sure so many people have gotten something from everything that you have shared. I've been seeing so many people putting out their comments. Also, I say thank you so much, everyone. All your fans there are raving and talking about you. Just want to say thank you so much for
Thank
all the
you.
comments and all the love that you guys have been sharing and for the great insight that you have shared. Just like I said, for if you've not gotten your pick me up jar, please make sure that you get yours. Pick me up jar, handwritten notes of encouragement made with love. Make sure that you get yours from M. It will definitely bless you. It has blessed me greatly a lot.
Thank
And
you.
I just want to say for everyone that has joined us, this is Get Your Energy Back with M. With Umfoma and myself, Performance Accelerator, also called for writers and bloggers, and for every creator out there. I have a Facebook group, Get Your Energy Back Facebook group, a group on Facebook. Do well to join. One thing I always believe is that learning does not just stop here. There are so many other things that I know M has to share that we can't just share in one session. That group is a group for professionals where we all grow together and become those high performers that God has created us to be. Please do make sure that you join that group on Facebook, and I know that you'll be greatly blessed. Before you go, I'll pick out one. Okay, someone is saying, and that's my very good friend Ola. He's he's just such a beautiful soul and a beautiful character. He makes most of the pictures that you see that I put out there. He's the one that takes me those pictures. Great and
Oh,
wonderful friend.
I've been
So he's
wondering
saying,
who videos you when you're running. I
who
mean,
videos me when I'm running? Well, he's the one that takes the pictures, but when it comes to the videos, it's usually my wife or my younger brother.
oh,
They are my camera crew, and
awesome, awesome.
honestly, I'm so grateful to them, and I'm sure just like you experienced with me, I could tell, when I was requesting for us to do the live, I'm sure from time to time I was just like, would this guy give up on this idea? I'm not really into into
I
this,
know.
and I honestly I must commend them to they are watching this. It's usually like that for them. I'm always like, look, you have to help me do this. And they are just like, oh, no, not again today, not on a Sunday when we want to sleep in. You now want to go on the road and start running, and we have to be following you up and down. But they are always there for me, and I just really want to
That's
appreciate
good.
them. And I really want to appreciate you, honestly, for taking out time to really do this. I'm so, 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 so grateful. And
Thank you.
everyone out there too is also so grateful for you doing this. So, Ola, I'm going to pay for you. There's no discount on this live. uh,
We should
I'll
do
pay.
giveaway.
You don't give away, Abi. On behalf of I'm going to buy one specially for Ola there so that he gets his own
Thank
pick me up
you.
jar,
Thank
and
you.
definitely you will get his own. So before you go, I'm going to pick one out, and then I'm going to read it, and then maybe you just tell us what came to your mind when you were writing that, and then we can close. So I'm going to pick one out. Yep,
You should have shuffled it.
I should have shuffled it, right? I think that
Exactly. Like raffle draw.
awesome. Raffle draw, yes. So this is somebody's pick me up word for not just even today, for the week coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I'm opening it. Wow, this is awesome. It says here, you are amazing, you are
Aw.
brave, and you are strong.
I think that one is for me.
it's,
because
it's
because I mean being here was like, do you know how many times I talked myself out of it? But yeah, I feel brave
awesome,
to be here. So thank you so
awesome,
much for having me.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And I'm sure that's just the word. So someone out there watching this right
Mm-hmm.
now needs to hear. A creator, a blogger, a writer out there needs to hear right now that you are amazing,
Yeah.
you are brave,
Mm-hmm.
and that you are strong. Just go out there and do that thing that God has placed in your heart, and definitely the sky will just be your stepping ground. I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank
This is
you.
such a beautiful gift, not just to
Thank
me,
you.
but to so many other people out there. My prayer is that God will continue to keep your hands lifted and continues
Amen.
to increase your sphere of influence and impact.
Thank you.
And Amway there is saying, I'm amazing, I'm brave, I'm strong.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's just a word for each and every one of us this evening, and even into the coming week, going into the coming week. That's just the word: amazing, brave,
And
and
strong.
strong.
Yeah.
And strong. And just wishing you guys all the very best in
Thank
everything that you are doing. So
you.
much love and encouragement also coming from across to you guys. This is not going to be the final one. I'm still going to drag you again, but don't worry, not any, not anytime soon. I will allow you to breathe and
I
have your
know.
fun and all that. And I'm sure we'll definitely do something like this again.
Thank
And I'm
you
sure it will be
so
so
much.
helpful
Yeah.
and beneficial to somebody.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone out there.
you.
Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. I don't know if I'm talking. I believe maybe I'm talking too much. I don't know if there's anything you have to say as final words to people out there.
Oh, I'm just in awe. Like, I'm so grateful to be here today, and it's really heartwarming to know that everything you're doing, every way you're using your own pain to tell your own story, that it's actually working, and that it's meeting people at the point of their needs. I'm so happy that you appreciated your jar. Like, that gives me so much
I
joy,
do.
because I
I
really
do.
tried to tailor it after you, so that's good. And
Amazing.
I'm
Amazing.
just grateful for everyone who has bought the jars, for everyone who has bought it for their friends, because that's always inspiring for me. People who just buy it for their friends. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
where are such friends? so,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so yeah. Thank you
Absolutely.
so
Oh,
much for having me here. And
thank you
okay,
so much,
everyone. Thanks for the nice
Everyone.
comments. Like, I've been blushing
Comment.
because of it. So,
Ola, do you have any question? He said I didn't ask if they had any
oh
questions. I'm so sorry. Please, do you have any question? Please, sincerely, I apologize. I don't know if anybody has any question for before she goes. It's this definitely not about me. It's about you guys too. If you guys have any question for before she goes, please do well to ask. Ola is my, just like I said, he's my right hand man, always there for me. Thank you so much, Ola, for reminding me for that. If and you can also still reach you can also DM her any questions that you have through your own creative process too that you're going through. I'm sure would definitely be happy to assist and to guide you through the process. If you also have any questions you want me to answer, please do also feel free to DM me, and I will definitely be glad to assist. Thank you so much. I don't think anybody has any questions, so I think that will be all for this evening. Thank you so much, Enjoy the
thank you
rest of
so
your
much,
evening.
Rahila. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I see one question from Ruth.
Okay.
Any new
Yes.
words we should be looking out for? I don't know why she's boxing me in that corner, but okay, we'll fight that fight after this.
After that, but I'm sure
Okay,
definitely
yeah. So, currently I'm more into wall art, like frames. So I'm making more frames, and you'll be seeing lots of those coming out. So for people who love interior decor the way I do, and having all those words of encouragement in a frame, so there's that product line coming out. So I'm excited about it. Thank you for asking, and thank you for making me bring the cat out of the
do
bag.
that. Thank you so much, Ruth, for that question. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ruth.
Marhila is asking what umfon means. So it actually means grace. So the grace of
Wow.
God, umfonobong. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Um, does anyone have any other question for before she goes?
Going once, going twice.
um, so I think that's all. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, everyone. Bye, bye.
Bye.